is Laurel of the Dabbling Hook. It is Saturday. It is 6:30, and it's about 3.5 hours post craft fair. I'm tired. My legs hurt, which is weird, and not. It hurts because I'm out of shape, and I'm old. Not that old, but I'm old. So I'm in a different location in the bedroom because hopefully I won't have to film here again because the light is terrible in here. But Father Minion is dozing downstairs, and the snoring would be like background music on this video, so I had to escape. So this is hopefully going to be quick, and I'm on my phone again, and for whatever reason I just can't help but look at myself. Vanity. Anyway, I got my craft fair shirt on. I speak yarn, and it's a bit chilly. You would have seen the footage. We had a back-to-back storm. Sunday into Monday, and then Monday into Tuesday. So we probably got about 20 inches total between the 2 days, maybe more. And where our driveway is, we get a lot of what's drift. So it's usually a lot more than that in the driveway. And it's what has to be shoveled. Thankfully, I don't have to do that. I've got men's for that now. Plus, I always tell them I gave birth, so I don't have to shovel anymore. Unless it's absolutely necessary. Anyway, I'm going to try to make this short because, one, I need a really hot shower. And I have a lot of crocheting to do. I have another craft fair on Saturday, and there's some stuff I need to make. So, whips. What am I doing? I am working on a whip. This is a bag by Cheat Autos. This is her mini maker bag, I think. And I had used it for a latte cakes. It holds a latte cake nicely. After you've used a little bit of it, then you can squeeze a latte cake in there, and it keeps it from completely collapsing on itself. So, but in here is the yarn I had shown, I think, a couple episodes back, or maybe it was last episode. I purchased it from Onyx Fiber to make gifts for my sister-in-laws. They're gifts, but more like a thank you for posing for my Anastasia hat. So I have one finished. I'll show that in a second or in a bit. But right now, that is my only active whip. At the craft fair, I finished up a Victorina hat, and I also finished up Minion 2's hat, this was the third pass at it. First time was too itchy because it had wool in there. Second time I thought I was good, and it was a little too short, so I had to unpick it, and I had sewn up the top, so I had to take that apart and then pick up stitches and add some more. And because it's just knit, and while I'm at the fairs, I'm just knitting and walking around, not looking, I added quite a bit to it, so there's no way it's going to be too short now. And I haven't even had him try it on yet. So, that's my active whip. Finished object, speaking of Minion 2's hat. So, this was the Maple Beanie by CJ Designs, I think. I've put the link in a couple of videos back, and if I remember and I can quickly find the link, I will put it in this one as well. But you just knit a long tube and you cinch up the ends, and then you invert it, and you've got a beanie. You've got a double thick beanie, warm, and it's just, the best part is just, you're just knitting. When I first, what did I do? She just ended it and cinched it. I didn't do that. I decreased all the way till I had about, I don't know, I had done the last like one knit two together, and then I didn't decrease after that. That's when I cinched it up. because I think I ended up starting with 70 stitches on here. So, and then you can see on the inside, this was the original, what do you call it? This is where, not where I had cinched it. This was the cast on edge that I had originally cinched and had to take apart and then pick up stitches. So it does have a tiny bit of resistance. I guess my cast on wasn't as flexible as I thought, or maybe when I picked up stitches it wasn't as loose as it could have been, whatever. But that's on the inside, and I think it would just help it not overstretch. But now he has a really long tube, and if he did slouchy, this would be perfect, but he doesn't do slouchy. But it cuffs nicely, and this would be such a perfect regular hat to wear, but it's going to be his sleep hat. And I may just do that with some skeins that I have, just knit, and then create these, because I think these are awesome, especially for the guys. Plain, simple guy colors, and all you're doing is knitting and cinching up. Well, I do decrease because I don't like to just cinch things, because I find that it leaves too big of a bulk up here, and on some material it makes the top a little heavy, so I decreased. So that's that. The other thing I finished, let's see. Oh, I used Bernat Premium, and it was, the color is Denim Heather, and it is 360 yards, and this is what I have left. So it takes quite a bit, and if you would just want to use up a skein and just make a hat and see who it fits, it's a perfect way, if you knit, to get rid of, you know, just those one skeins that you have. The other thing I did was this. So this is the Bernat Blanket yarn, and I forget what the colorway was of this one, Pink Bunny or something, I don't remember. And this was the first label that I ever got. It was from another YouTuber back in the day. I'm gonna have to find her name. I think Z would know who it is if I knew the name. She's in Greece, I believe. Is she in Greece? Cyprus? And I ordered it all the way from there. So it was printed on satin ribbon, and I still have a little bit left. I like to use it on baby blankets and such, because it's ribbon. But anyway, this is, I had a cousin who just became an auntie, and she requested a couple of octos in the color scheme, and it's pink and teal, I think. I have it written down somewhere. It is pink and teal. So I figured I was going to throw this in with the package when I send it to her, when she's paid for the ones that she's ordered. The other thing that I made with, I bought this gray, which is called Earl, and red, which is called Miss Ruby. So, and this is coming out way, like, what's the word? Candy apple red on camera, but it's not that. It's more of a richer red than this. So I finished one of the Anastasia hat, and I had a little bit of yarn left, and I try not to have leftover yarn, so I ended up making these. It's called a Star Posy, and it's by Emma Scott of Lulu Loves. She has a podcast here on YouTube. So I just made a couple. I still need to like block these because they do curl a little. And on hers, she has the center. I think she starts with a chain of 5 or something. So she has a hole in the center. I don't like that. So I use the magic loop. And then I had a tiny bit left after those. So I just made a tiny flower. So this was all that was left of the yarn. So I'm going to include these. I may include it with the gift, and if not, then if I put up a tree. People, I don't have a tree up. I don't know if I'm going to put up a tree. I am very much in a bit of a bah humbug mode. This time of year, work could be ridiculous. It's not as bad as last year, the last 2 years, for sure. But it's still where everything just comes at you at once. And I had, up until 3 months ago, I had one, maybe two projects. Now I have about five. And um, I cut my hand at the craft fair today. It's just a little cut. There's something on the desk, and I went to swipe it off, and I guess it was a piece of hard plastic. Jabbed me really good, and it bled. It was just a tiny hole, but it bled like crazy. Anyway, I have all these projects, and I have three of them that are going live as of 1/1. Yeah, yeah. Last week there was a day I was up till like midnight working and sending emails, so I haven't done any Christmas shopping, and I'm in zero mood to do any of it. And I was just watching Rose of Rose Likes Crochet, and hey Rose, she was saying she doesn't send out gifts because she's Jewish, but not gifts. She doesn't send out cards, Christmas cards, but I really don't send out Christmas cards either. And when I do, it's so late anyway, and the minions don't want to pose for pictures anymore, so I don't have any nice pictures to put on there. And I just, honestly, I don't have the time. It'll be another thing that would stress me out if I were to stop and try to do that. So, and I still have two more craft fairs left. So between that and work and just, yeah, just a little stressed. We'll get over it, always do, but yeah. Maybe I'm just getting older and it's hitting me a little harder now this year. But anyway, so that's what I've got going on actively and completed. What I made between Wednesday and Friday, I made 5 2-button cows. And then earlier in the week, I think maybe it was Monday, I made a big button cowl. And I made 2 big button cows. One of them sold. And all the 2-button cows that I made sold, because the fair before that, pretty much all of them I had were gone. And I was trying to make some more along with Victrina beanies. But, work just took over and I just didn't have time. And then so between Wednesday and Friday, I was scurrying to make stuff. And thank God I didn't just said to hell with it, because at this fair, it's one of my best. It was my best last year. It came in a close second this year. Or was it the first? No, came in a close second this year. This one's always been very, it's very well run, and the people there are just, the customers and the people putting it on are just awesome. They're really great. So people are really interested, genuinely interested in the things that I have. I did get a chance. Usually I don't get a chance to walk around, and I did. And how many crochet? There was a knitter there. I had met her at a previous craft fair, so we didn't have similar things. She does baby clothes, from babies till usually 10 years old. That's what she does. Anything older than that is custom to her. So, and she is a prolific knitter, and she knits like Europeans, I guess, do. She knits on straights, and the long ones that she has wedged on one side, and so fast. And her stuff has puppies and all kinds of stuff on there, so she's awesome. But where was I going with all this? So the fair was a success, a raving success, I should say. What sold? My very first sale was the 2-button cowl I made on Wednesday. I made that at my stitch night. My stitch meetup that we have every Wednesday. I made it there, and that was the first thing that sold. So I'm like, oh, that's a good sign. And then I ended up selling in total 6 2-button cowls. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or 6.5, 7. There's one, if I can find a picture, I was making it and I ran out of yarn. I think it was double worsted or something, so it was a lighter version, and I ran out of yarn. I completely underestimated it. So I left it small and I added some fun fur around, and I had that last year. It didn't sell. And it's been through all the craft fairs with me, didn't sell. And today, this one lady looked it up and she's like, she was just so taken with it. And you really never know what people are into. You can try to gauge it. You can try to see, like, I know that the 2-button cowls are always popular, but at some fairs they go quick, and other fairs I sell 1 or 2. But then you have that odd thing that you just have, and you just never know what's gonna. It's one of the things that really what's the word, energizes me about the craft fairs, that the things that people will buy that you weren't expecting, and it just gives you that like little jolt of, okay, you know, I'm glad I held on to this, or okay, this was so worth it, or yeah. Anyway, I had awesome customers today. I had just wonderful customers. I had at a fair back in October, no, back in the second fair I did in September. I think it was September. I think it was. Anyway, she ordered something, and couldn't have been September. But anyway, she ordered a big button cowl and a footbridge beanie. But she wanted it in particular color because she was there at the time with a friend of hers, and her friend bought one that I had, and then she saw that that Thick and Quick light blue yarn with the sparkles in it, but it wasn't quite the color for her, so she ordered a navy, and the navy Thick and Quick is really hard to find. I think I found it at either Joann's or AC Moore, which will no longer. Did we talk about AC Moore? Sidebar. Can you believe they're closing? I don't need another Michaels. And even if Michaels takes it over, what are the chances that Michaels going to keep those yarns? Like the Stitch Studio line? Anyway, okay. Now I got something in my eye, so I might tear up for real. Anyway, I digressed. Where was I? Anyway, I keep saying that a lot. So she showed up, and it occurred to me maybe an hour or so into the fair, I'm like, I don't remember what she looks like. Will I notice her when she shows up? And I was just about to go through my phone to find the order that she paid for, because she had prepaid for everything, because I'm pretty sure I'd sent her an email or a text receipt. So if I could find that and text her, and then I see this woman show up in this, like, this color pink, but way more vibrant. And I'm like, my first thought was, oh, that would be a nice yarn color. Actually, I think it's Pretty in Pink, Red Heart Super Saver. That's the color of her jacket. And then she had something in her hand, and she moved, and I saw my logo on the back, and I'm like, thank you, Jesus. And it was her. And she loved it. She loved the color, because I wasn't sure, because, you know, when someone says navy, I've had people where, oh, they wanted red and it wasn't quite the red after you make it or what have you, and I tend to stay away from custom orders because of that, or if I do it, I let them know I will try to get as close to the color as possible, but, you know, not exactly maybe what they had in their head. But she loved it. I made 2 footbridge beanies, because one I thought felt a little tight. Again, with the yarn, the same yarn, sometimes they feel differently, so I made a second one. She actually went with the smaller one, so, which worked out, and then somebody came and bought the other one, so it was a win-win all around. Where was I? So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 2-button cowls, 6 stop looking at yourself. If you heard her yelling, that's Minion 2. Sidebar again. Minion 1 just got another job, and he's now working at Chipotle's, and Minion 2 and I did a little reconnaissance to go check him out, and I fully expected him to like see me and like roll his eyes and go like, why? And he didn't. He was so professional. I felt so proud. This is the first time, you know, he's done that, and I was looking at him and I was just like, I was having one of those mom moments, because he just, He looked so good. He was confident, and he was just doing that, doing his stuff. I expected to go in there and see him fumbling with the wrapping and all that. Yeah, he had it down pat. And so I went back after Minion 2 ordered and was being a pain. And I told him, like, you look really good doing that. And he goes, oh, I stunk in the morning, but he's gotten the hang of it. So, okay, I digressed again. And here I'm going to digress again because I just realized. So, this is another thing I have because I hate wasting yarn. And I forget what project I had finished. And this is one of the Stitch Studio. This was either the classic yarn. So why is it escaping me? Studio Classic yarn, or I think it was. They also have the earth tone that's a speckled color. So it's a tweedy speckled color. But I think it was the Studio Classic. I do love a good speckle. I forget what project I had done, but I had a little left. I made a bow, and the bow didn't even have the clip on it. It was just the bow. And earlier this week, I was cleaning out something, and the bow fell out. So I just stuck the clip on, and I've been wearing it all week. And when I put on my headband today, I'm like, oh, I'll just put that in my hair. And quite a few people commented on it, and one lady asked if I had other bows, and I said no. So I may have to do that, just as a break in between, and take it to this fair that I'm doing on Saturday coming, because it's a holiday one and it's the first time I'm doing it. So I have half a skein of that sparkly, what is it? I think it might be, I love this yarn, Red Heart with Love, the sparkly one. I may make a few of those. Okay, again, I digressed. I was hoping to keep this under half hour. All right, so Victrina beanies, did I mention? I sold 6 of those. The pom-poms, again, love them. Thankfully, people love the colors that I'm choosing. It's not all neutral, so I'm happy with that. I sold 2 jellyfish. I have 1 left. I sold 5 octos. Ouch. One was a keyring octo. One was one that I'd had in my bin for a while. It was a big red one. Headbands, 2, 4, 6, 8 headbands. One of the chubby bunnies, the small one that I have. I sold 1 seahorse. I have about either 10 to 12 baby hats that I've had, because I used to do a lot of baby hats and booties and stuff, and sometimes they sold, most times not so much. And I have just maybe 10 to 12 of them. I've just had them there. I haven't even taken them to most fairs, and if I have, I didn't even put them out anywhere. This time I decided I need to get rid of those, so I just decided to put them in a basket and sell them for $5, and I think I had 12, maybe 10 or 12, and I sold 3 of those. So I'm going to take the others to the remaining craft fair, and I have 2 more. The one on Saturday is like a regular holiday craft fair, and the one on the 21st is a local brewery. They're having a vendor night. Never done it before. Table's free, so why not? So I don't know, and it's a small table. Usually I have like 2 or 3 tables. This is going to be 1 6-foot table, so that'll be a challenge for me. So I won't be bringing baby hats. Like I mentioned, that footbridge beanie, the other one sold. I've had Christmas hats, red and white with pom-poms. I haven't put them out at all. I did today, halfway through, and I sold 1. My owl sold, the one I showed before. My shell beanie in that Isaac Mizrahi yarn, that sold. So many people picked that up. It's the one that's really the fall colors. And again, when I'm editing, if I can find the picture, I will put it up. I sold the Magdalene hooded cow. Not the one that I can't find, obviously, the grayish one. This is the fisherman color. That sold. And like I said, I sold a big button cow. So overall, it was great. I had a repeat customer. My second order, she like plunked $120. She was buying 2 of the things she was buying. She was going to send somewhere, but it was a good show. Those not only that it went well, because I've had fairs that's gone well, but the people there were just wonderful, and I can't complain. And oh, this is also my first knitted triangle shawl. It is with Kaleidoscope, I think it's called. It's a Michaels brand that they discontinued. It's a blend, a wool blend, and the colors are just jewelly gorgeous. This is 3 different colorways that I mixed, and they discontinued it. I think I have 2 black colors left. I think it's called the Reflecting Pool. I'll find the name. But I've been wearing it this week, and I had it today. And what else? I always forget to do this. I don't know why. I need to write it on something really big. Welcome to all the new subscribers. I hope you guys are having a good week. Better than we have had with the cold and snow. It is cold today. We had the storm Sunday through Tuesday, and then it snowed a bit again on Friday, or yesterday. That one didn't last, thank goodness, but it was cold, and I usually pack up my car at night, and it made for a chilly pack-up time. So I jumped all over the place in this episode. But as I was saying, welcome to all the new subscribers. Thank you for stopping by. If this is your first time, I hope you stick around. If not, thanks for stopping by. To all you other guys, you yarnies out there, thank you for spending some time with me. I'm gonna go take a really hot shower and then turn on my electric kettle and just make pots and pots of tea. And then I need to crochet. Oh yeah, I need to crochet. Here we go, trying for the half hour. I need to crochet 2 button cowls. I have 3 left. One of them is one from over a year ago, and I think it's another Isaac Mizrahi discontinued yarn, and it's so soft. It's a cross between the latte cakes and something even softer and squishier. People touch it, but no one's bought it. And I had a multicolor one that I did, that I mixed with latte. That's still there. And then I have a really candy stripe color one that no one seems to be interested in. But again, you never know who's fancy. Maybe at the Christmas fair somebody will buy it. But I need to make at least 10 to 12 of those between the next fair and that vendor event at the brewery. Yeah, I think I'm good for hats. Maybe make a couple of black ones, because I sold a black and a gray one, and I need to replace that. Other than that, I need to work on this. It's DK, so it takes me longer. Part of it's a mental block, because it's not worsted enough. My brain is like, it's too thin, it's too skinny. All right, now I'm really prattling and rambling and babbling, so I'm gonna go, and I will talk to you guys next week or whenever. Oh, and all the vlogmases. Wow, all the vlogmases. Wow, that's a lot of people. I'm trying to keep up, but I'm not. So yeah, I'm watching, but not everybody, or not every days of everybody. So on that note, for real, I will talk to you guys later. Have a good night, guys. Bye.